My giant staircase. That's a
Let's
fun
meet the
one.
giant staircase.
I'll throw out the recreation room. Let's not use that one. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for a break.
So, my office, or are we doing this in the conference room?
El Spectrum.
Up to you
Well,
guys.
conference
Sabemos que tu
room.
vida se mueve rápido.
It's an
Mantente al
entire
día con la
floor
velocidad y
conference
seguridad de Spectrum Internet.
We'll pick one.
Conference it is.
Understood.
Okay, I'm gonna stay muted for like the first couple minutes because my mom's making food and it definitely picks up on the mic, so...
Gotcha.
I have heard nothing.
What is she doing, flambéing?
I don't know.
Hello. Oh. Hello. Madam Sinclair and Sarah. Hey, Sarah. Been a minute. Alrighty. I don't think I actually do streams on Mondays. Well, for obvious reasons. But I don't. But here we go. We're gonna be doing two. We're doing a quick one real quick, and then we're gonna be doing a
I mean, if you don't hear anything,
meeting
that, I guess
one.
That might be fine.
I mean,
Oh, she died.
oh no.
Oh.
Died on impact.
I mean, I was gonna say, we're so used to hearing fucking Naoma in the background of Ray's. I think cooking.
Ray stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I think hearing an occasional clang of like a pot or a pan is, I think that's fine.
No, she's just putting something in the microwave, so...
Oh, well, that's...
No, it's not interfering, it's just... I thought it was, but apparently it isn't because I have the noise suppression
We haven't
so...
heard anything until like then, so...
Yeah.
We're all good. How big is
You
your...
want to say hi?
Noise
They can hear
suppression.
you.
Let me turn down my activation threshold because I've noticed on your VODs apparently it's been cutting out a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially with like, when you're talking in like the low voice like Amelia, and even more so with voice mod.
Yeah, like I said, I'll turn down
Okay, let
the
me
mic activation
stream.
threshold to like 4. There we go.
Yeah, that's where mine is at.
Alright. I mean, it was at 8 before because of like voice mod and shit.
Yeah.
And for some reason, some voice mods have been weird. Like, some of them are much more difficult to activate, and then others, you hear every fucking noise in my building.
Real shit. No,
Yeah,
for real.
it's weird.
Now you can also hear every fucking click.
I mean, you can hear my buttons.
I'm not even holding it near me.
Just time on a thing.
I love how fucking loud these are.
Gotta love the
Yeah,
index.
Let me turn that off. Turn off this musical. I don't need it.
We're gonna continue the running joke about how Rivka doesn't like elevators.
Yep. I'm gonna tweak out.
Yeah.
Let's see, what music do I want to play?
God, I haven't been in this conference room in legit years. Oh my god.
Minute.
As Aries.
Yeah. I fucking
It's been a while.
favorite part of that entire meeting was when you were telling Alec, that there was like options to accommodate for his blindness, and fucking Mars from across the table goes, "You're blind?" And everyone's like, "Guys, he's wearing a blindfold. What the fuck do you mean?"
God damn it.
It's so fucking funny.
These are my people.
Fucking Mars and Angel as Gemini were such a fucking mood. They're still down to play those characters if we need them to, so.
What are we doing for music?
I'm using my playlist, so.
Fuck, you're right. I should be using my playlist.
You're the one who made them.
I know. I was thinking, bro, I've been on a one-shot, hype with like OST music for scenes that we've been doing recently. So I don't know. I've just been, I don't know, just straight going through that rabbit hole.
Fair
for
enough.
scenes, so I'm not thinking about the other playlists that I've made.
Yeah. Also, I assume my mask is still broken, so no mask.
Yeah, you're welcome.
At least you got the pieces. That can be repaired later.
That's true. I still wait. Is this after we get you back?
Yes.
Question mark?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cause okay, so we healed you all the way. You have both of your horns and everything.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
much mended fully.
Okay.
The reason with the mask is the mask wasn't part of him. The mask is something he found and used.
Oh, I see. I'm at least glad that it fucking split in two and not into multiple pieces.
I
I
mean,
love how inconvenient this fucking middle part is on the table.
literally.
Yes.
Like, that's great, guys. I love not
Sorry,
being able to
guys.
see who enters the fucking room. Whoever
they
designed
start
this
putting
is a
in,
fucking
I hope they start putting in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth maps into VR chat.
It was
Hopefully
the
soon.
Spanish Shinra.
There's some areas that I want so bad.
I want Dawn Trail maps. Where the fuck are they?
Bro, if they ever update that little thing, you know, I could start pulling maps out, but like,
The
fuck,
fuck is
I don't
Samuka?
know.
Huh.
Urko Pacha.
There's a
Where the fuck
really
Where's my loving
funny
memory?
idea of Kaimana
Where's my
walking in
loving
here
memory,
with
bro?
8
Where's the
laptops.
Huh?
One in each tentacle.
I will cry.
Oh, Jesus.
I
If
cried.
if you get me
That's a
fucking
lot.
loving memory, I will cry.
Not enough.
I need
Where's
them
my
to like
cenote?
update the
That
program.
one area of the fucking cenote was so
Yes.
fucking cool. That final
the
area.
last area? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
Which,
shit was
by the way, Kai,
fun.
whenever you get to the cenote, I'm so fucking down to do it still.
Yeah. I think honestly, I might dedicate a day to playing some Final Fantasy. So maybe tomorrow.
Oh, definitely.
I don't work till 5 tomorrow,
Yuck,
so
too.
I'm in that area. I just need to get to the dungeon. So
Yeah, I know, but I'm
We're
talking
trying
about
to
VR
cook.
chat, having that jungle.
Yes.
Especially like the area with Mamook.
Yes. Oh, the underground area. Man,
Yeah.
that shit's so fucking good. With all the plants and
shit.
everything.
anyways,
oh.
how are you guys gonna be starting here, both of you?
I imagine
No.
that he's bringing you
Mm.
up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get through the building. I'm working on shit, as I do.
Okay. Rivka's gonna get off the elevator shaking like a leaf. He doesn't like elevators.
I hope you know Kaimana is carrying 8 laptops in his tentacles.
What, Mom? Yes, please. If I could have it all, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm getting, or I'm switching my headphones over. We can start.
Anyways.
No one will ever believe you.
What?
Wait, it happened on stream.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What the fuck?
Comedy achieved.
Hold on.
Second guessing yourself.
It was all for the bit. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it
What's
for the
up?
bit. Do it for the fun.
Oh, okay. We're good to go in time.
All right, let's get you.
Okay, I'm ready. Sorry.
Yep. Cards up in 3,
We are going cards up.
3, 2, 1.
I don't think I've ever been in a building as high tech as this. Huh.
That was a
I mean, there is
bigger elevator than last time, but it.
the
I mean,
facility.
I was
there's
thinking.
one, but I mean, those are
Yes, I would
wide
keep.
open.
Yes. Through here.
Are you okay? You're shaking a bit. Oh, as the door closes
sorry.
on me. Thank you.
I don't like elevators.
Do you need a hug?
I'll be okay.
They've arrived.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
You're welcome. which side I should be at.
I'll be sitting here doing some work.
I don't think I'll fit in any of these chairs, not gonna lie.
They will be able to hold your weight.
Hi.
Hello.
Hope you're doing alright as of late.
I am doing well enough.
I guess I'll get to the point. Do you have Doka's rock?
Yes.
So you did take it. Okay, well, it's just, we kind of need those.
And why is that?
It's better if, we hold on to them for the time being, till we can really figure out a use for all of them. Those are very important.
You're saying you don't know what the use is for these?
Beyond communicating with the individuals inside, no.
Although we do have theories, but I'll leave this talk to you, Rivka. As it is your responsibility.
I'm interested to hear these theories.
Well... Go ahead, sorry.
No, if you have it, then tell them.
I really don't, I'll be honest. It's been a minute since we talked about this.
I'm gonna shut like 8 laptops. They're both the only method we have of learning about our past and our history of our people, as well as possibly the only chance we have to revive them. Although we're not quite sure. Yes.
Fine.
At the moment, our races are born, but we know that at some point, others can be transformed into one of our kind, but we're not sure how. But it's something that the knowledge is within those stones.
And you need these stones to find that information.
Yes.
So you need them to tell you, basically.
When they can. Sometimes they need energy to manifest, and it varies. I've only spoken to Doka once and haven't spoken to Dorga yet, but I've felt his energy before. Certain variables need to be met.
I apologize, but I can't give you this rock.
Why not?
Because I don't want to part from it.
I'm confused. Is this because of what happened last time you held on to it?
you could say. You're going to see them turn into crystal and reform.
What?
Huh?
Does this clarify for you? You're a little late.
When did this happen?
Over the course of the past couple of months, there's been changes. I suppose you could say almost immediately when it started. If you mean when it ended, or when there was such a gradual change. Not too long ago is when this occurred.
So, you having the stone caused this?
Yes.
What does that make you then?
I guess.
A Dokube. So that's how. I remember seeing the memories of other things and people turning into one of our race, but not the process.
No, that's
This
new
has been a bit
to us.
problematic. I cannot exactly consume without killing someone.
Yeah, that's right. There's a chance they'll die or become like me or...
Not a chance. It's either they die or they change.
Yeah. How have you...
The little shit decided to wait till after the changes occurred to mention that part.
Sounds like Doka. Have you been alright? Like, you said, have you been managing?
I can't eat.
Have you frenzied at all yet?
Once.
Okay. This has gone a bit beyond the negotiation, so if there are questions that you have, we will answer them, ma'am, as best we can.
As you would expect, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Mostly pertaining as to what I am, what I need to know. Because, once again, the little shit's very fucking big.
Well.
And better question. Is there a way for me to sustain myself without killing someone?
If you want to give them the short rundown, Rivka, I'll have a few thoughts in my head I need to run through for that last one.
Yeah. Oh, you're back. Okay. That's convenient. I guess to summarize, you're Dokube, one of the races. Normally they take a particular form, usually a mix of animals, which looks to be the case. It's just, I guess you're a lot bigger than most Okabe that I've heard about, which is interesting. Their whole thing is they're not exactly hunters like the rest of us, but their original, at least based on what Doka has told me, is they are gift givers.
This I've already been informed of.
While yeah, you can technically feed from people with the unfortunate after effects on those people, you can actually sustain yourself from us with no consequence.
I am also aware of that. But it is difficult to get a hold of you all every single time I need to consume.
I mean, that's fair. We are in a remote place a majority of the time. Well, as much as I'd like, to say you could come to Rouen, which could help sustain you, I don't know if that's in my jurisdiction. I'd have to talk to the others.
It's an unfortunate idea at the moment, especially with how Rouen has been lately. Their life would be in danger, and we'd have no way of knowing when it would be.
Yeah.
There's also the matter of spirits and purity in the church. You should probably inform them of.
Obviously, now with you being a Dokube, there's a risk. The church
I
being...
bring out her phone, swipe behind her. It's going to show multiple of the cities that have the church presence, Ortis included. I'm aware.
Did Doka tell you about the church as well, or...?
Sort of. I have a company filled with mostly non-humans. Some come from more fantastical areas. A pro-human, anti-non-human organization or cult would definitely be on my radar. Not something I need to deal with, but when I have to do business trades or any of that kind of stuff, I need to know where I'm sending my people.
Okay. That's fair. I guess it's good to know you've already have stuff set up for them. I guess extend that to yourself, because they won't hesitate. And I don't want you to die.
I also don't want to die. But besides a single irregularity, for all intents and purposes, I still look and, to most senses, still feel human. Out of character, they still give off the same scent of they smell really good. Still smell very tasty. Even magic-wise, it's hard to sense them because they fit in perfectly with the ambient surroundings. AKA, if you didn't know they were here, you wouldn't know they were here. They feel exactly like a normal human.
Yeah, honestly, if you hadn't showed us that, I don't think we would have known. You feel exactly the same as when we met the first time.
Highly magical creature. Still can't do magic. That has not changed.
Not even ice stuff.
Ice comes from the tubes, or I suppose you could say a sub-zero mist.
Gotcha.
You should inform them of Frenzy.
Well, they've already frenzied once, so... Actually, do you remember anything from when that happened?
At the time, no. But there was others there who informed me of what occurred. No one was hurt.
That's good.
Quite miraculous.
I know depending on different races, frenzy can be different. I actually don't know what a Dokkaebi frenzy is like, so...
Knowing my luck, surely you'll experience it at some point.
Maybe.
Although, for the most part, it doesn't seem like it's too dangerous. Just inconvenient at best.
Frenzy occurs under one of two situations. One that's unique to our race, or if we're starved, hunger. There might be a few other methods, magical and supernatural, that can induce it, but for the most part, those two are the ones that occur naturally. I'm not aware of the Dokkaebi trigger.
Neither am I.
I'll check back with our resident historian, I guess you would call her. In the meantime, I think... I know it's possible for energy to be stored and contained in certain objects, and we've fed off those before. I may be able to make a device for it that's more portable.
Maybe.
But I'll need some time.
That would be appreciated.
That would actually be good for us too.
There is obviously things I need to know of now. Things I've become now embroiled in. I know next to nothing about all of these races. History or otherwise. And I feel like that might be something important to know. So the question is what to do moving forward.
I'm not... Like I said,
Well, first of all, would be maintaining your cover is paramount.
I think they're doing fine at that, personally.
Yes, it's for the rest of us that we should be aware of that.
Well, if we can't take the stone back, maybe...
No reason.
I don't know. I mean, maybe visiting Ruan? I know it's such a... maybe a bad decision, but...
I've
maybe...
already been there before.
Well, after Halloween, but now that you're a Dokkaebi... I don't know.
We'd really have to talk to the others to determine if it actually is safe because of what's been happening recently there.
Right.
As well as explain the situation as to why, we don't have the stone.
Well... Yeah.
What
let's do
stones
that
do
first,
you
yeah.
all have?
He's gonna pull out Dorga's. And what was the other one you gave me?
I'll remember in a second when I know what Kaimanas is.
If I remember correctly, I have Lachiri's, and then it was. Oh, which one was it? It wasn't the fish one. It wasn't. Did I get the Gigan?
Okay, if you have that, then you have the bug one.
Calico.
Yeah, I got the Gigan.
Okay.
Yeah, Gigan. Gigan, yeah.
Gigan.
Yeah, Gigan? Gigan. Wait.
Oh, it's Gigan.
Yeah, it's Gigan.
Yep, so I have
Well, it's Gigan.
Dorga's, and then I have what?
Kaluko or
Kalu-
Calico.
Kaluka's, yeah. She's just gonna set them right here.
I have Fukuru's and what is the I hate it. The wyvern.
Doring.
I can't remember.
Dornkin.
Dorinkin. And Dorinkin.
Since the blue one's here, you're gonna see all the gems glow a little bit with Doka's.
Well, this is the most they've all been together, so.
That's true.
And Dorga and Doka are a pair, so.
He's currently giving to you.
Huh?
He seems to be informing the rest of shit that's been going down.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear your rocks, right?
It's,
No. Sometimes,
I've heard
but not all the time.
whispering, and I've felt, I think, emotions. I haven't had the chance to directly talk to Dorga yet.
This one's very vocal. Although there has been mention of needing to recharge.
Yeah.
I have no way to do that.
At the moment, there's only really one way to, which is
Two.
Ruan. Two? I don't know the second one.
We could take him to the tree.
Back home?
They're one of us now, for better or worse, depending on how they look at it. It's for our people.
How has the
And it
tree
was theirs,
been,
too.
by the way? I know you've been coming in and out to check on it occasionally.
The rest of you should come water it sometime.
Maybe that might be a good option for the time being until we can figure out the whole thing with Ruan.
If I haven't made it incredibly clear, she should not go to Ruan.
Well, what about Vita Nova?
Vita Nova is
Oh, is it?
different. The purpose of that facility is for something else entirely that wouldn't benefit a visit.
Okay.
What purpose would they have to go to Ruan?
To recharge the stone. If they also get hurt, mend.
That's if they plan on being engaged in combat or found out or attacked.
Anything can
Again,
happen.
at the moment, they shouldn't be. And that's why we're working on alternative methods of energy transfer. And safer is
I do
not
not.
subjecting them to the tests.
I do not
Wasn't
have
implying
any
such.
form of combat experience, nor do I really know how to use that body.
I think just for safer terms, maybe we can start somewhere with combat. Doesn't have to be very much, but at least to protect yourself just in case, I don't know, the worst happens.
That is up to her. At the moment, Ruan would be a death sentence to them. And the more
So
time
what
they
is
spend
this
with
about
us, the
Ruan?
best. Ruan is a facility where we are staying
I know,
at the
I've been
moment.
there.
Right. After Halloween, it was left in a altered state. Some of my access has been restricted. There are settings I can't turn off. Evolutionary testing and forcible adaptation. Trials. Attacks. They could happen to us at any moment, and I can't turn it off.
I see. As
But
said
you don't
before.
need somewhere to hide.
No, I don't. Yet, here I am, intertwined with your guys' problems now. And that being the case, I will need assistance in learning how to utilize that body. Since it seems that you all are constantly in danger, there is always a chance of that come knocking at my door. And personally, I'd rather be prepared for that than not. Once
You're right,
there
Olivia.
is sufficient gain in my usage of the body, then perhaps, in case a scenario does occur. But if I do face injury, my normal methods of having healers fix me will not exactly be viable. I'm not one to get into such danger or get injured that often. But I do make sure all of my workers have healthcare available, and I do not feel right not having any for myself. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess one other option, I don't know if you have anyone like that on standby. Is anybody who knows mending could help. Might take longer, but
I do, but
works.
they're not exactly available. Especially at a moment's notice.
Fair enough.
So that being the case, I suppose at some point another visit to Ruan is in order. But first, once again, I need to know how to use the new body I gained. Plus, when it comes to Ruan, the reason you came here was to learn more about coding. If diagnostics are needed, that I can do.
True.
They were able to hack into it last time. Somewhat.
Enough to assist us, yes. Well then. I believe what the three of us need to do moving forward is I will work on... If you wish to accompany me to Vita Nova, we can work on the storage unit device for energy. Besides that, we need to speak to Nashu about the Dokube, inform them, and discuss with the others the possibility of bringing them to the tree.
Though, I think we should maybe push that off. I mean, we just got Rivka and Jinzo back. I think maybe we might need a little bit more time, at least to explain what has happened and catch you up on stuff. I mean, you've been busy here, so
I'm still busy
maybe we
here.
can bring it at the same
but-
time. Either way, definitely we should go talk to Nashu about this at some point.
though there are things we need to do.
Right.
Are there any other things you want to discuss right now?
At the current moment, no. Just the fact I am slowly starving.
I won't wait on that one.
You can feed on me if you want, if you need to.
Your body language says otherwise.
No, I mean it. That's just something else. It's okay.
I do not feel right feeding off of a child.
I suppose it'll be me. After all, until we get the storage unit ready, I will be the one most frequenting here.
So how do I go about this?
Might need to be in your
That's...
uniform.
Yes. I believe Doka would be able to explain it better than me.
He's of no help. He's always incredibly vague.
I believe Rivka would be the next best in explaining it. After all, I was born feasting this way. You're the only one who had to learn.
Well, biggest thing with Tokabe is like us, they usually feed by biting, but they don't have a mouth. Maybe the stone that's on their head, contact with that, maybe.
When can it
So just... press
Okay,
into it.
yeah, they're going to... Yeah, that does in fact work. They are going to drain energy from you, but you're going to get energy in return. Your stats are being buffed, so your strength, speed, agility, intelligence, those stats are just going to give an overall boost.
What is...
Yeah, they'll stop.
That was... what?
That's how it should go with Dokabe. They take and they give, not just a take.
That's...
It's why it works with us and not humans, because while they do get power, that's when the consequences occur. With us, it's fine.
I'm gonna need to rethink this design then.
Yeah.
They're utilizing our energy, they're trying to give back, then it'll need a separate storage receptacle.
Are you good? Did that help?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Sorry you got wrapped into this.
I don't really care. If anything, I just see games. I'm a cat now, so. You were the first one to actually see it. And, not question me when I say that, by the way. I would like you to be aware of that.
How many people have you shown this to out of curiosity? You've implied you weren't alone when this happened. Two?
Yes. So what's this about getting back after being kidnapped?
Just, not a fun experience with the church, is all. We're fine. That
You're
just...
fine now, but relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Well then, this doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Is that all?
Indeed, we're all the less social of our group. But if you have any more questions, I'll write a report.
Like I said, I have plenty of questions, but I feel as if it's not the time to do so. In the middle of a conference room without more of your people. Any
Right.
further questions will need more lengthy explanation and or demonstration.
Yeah, honestly, the others would probably answer the questions better, especially Nasho. They know a lot more.
So in terms of giving this back, as I said before, I don't believe I'm currently able to.
I trust that it's in good hands. That's fine. We can explain to the others why. I think they'll hopefully understand. I'm gonna grab the
They will.
stones.
Now then. For Kaimana, if you have any of the computers over, next time you look, your schedule's been cleared. For a while. All your work's been going.
Are you good?
Quite good. I have time now.
Oh, okay.
This should take me a night to finish all of these, so. Congratulations, you now know the horror of a deadline.
I will not forget it.
Good. Now then, is there anything else you all need?
I guess not, no.
Very well. Also, you are aware, there is a staircase, right?
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I have to walk with you.
You could have just told me where it was and I would have met you up here.
You have to get cleared.
She's gonna jump on Rivka's back. On his
You think
shoulders.
I had enough time to take the stairs with the projects I had. We can take the stairs.
I'm
now.
not
Let's get
that
this
heavy.
straight.
No, it's just you startled me.
I'm sorry.
See you later, hopefully.
I don't think hopefully needs to be added to that sentence. I will be seeing you later.
Bye, then.
Goodbye.
Lavian, please continue to question me when it comes to Ruan. Ruan frightens me.
Honestly, for good reason,
Okay.
considering what's happened, so.
Just sometimes I might
mean-
hesitate to use Ruan, so I'd like the rest of you to keep me in check.
Right.
I'm just gonna assume there's like an entrance to the staircase here.
Stairs. It's over
It's
there.
time for
bud.
the 50 flights of stairs. Let's fucking go.
Listen, anything's better.
It's like, you think I have time for that?
Listen, well now you do!
Deadlines. I do
Nah.
now.
The fucking relief that Kaimana just experienced. When I was like, I'll just take all those projects.
Yeah, I
real quick.
turned over and
Man's got like two web pages of Google, 30 tabs. He's got 8 laptops, and he's just like, I can't get this fucking string reference.
I looked over and I saw Kaimana clutching his head in his hands. I'm like, are you okay?
I am
Real.
I am.
And then favorite.
Amelia's looking at me like, yeah, this would take me about a single night to get through. Kaimana screams.
The fucking
He's like, I have a ways to go.
whenever Amelia mentioned that there were stairs, Rivka turned and looked to Kaimana.
I'm like,
The
you
fuck
think I
do you
have time for stairs? It's like, are you trying to cost me my job?
I'm debating restarting because my headset's still doing, like, my tracking's being very weird at the moment. So
Yeah.
I might restart, and then we can switch over to my office map.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back.
But no, yeah, Kaimana is scared of Ruan. He does not like using Ruan. I don't, like, Eric's warned them about Ruan, but I don't think anyone at this point is more scared of Ruan than Kaimana.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially with what happened.
But no, plus he was like, I don't know what Vita Nova would accomplish. Vita Nova doesn't improve or scan things that already exist, it only makes new things. No, Kaimana gave Rivka a shot. He was like, nope, this is your show. This is your show. You're the one. You're responsible.
Yeah.
You get to lead this.
Yeah. Growing up.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, big bitch.
Terribly
Hey,
well,
bitch.
but
Fuck
it
you.
went well enough. Look at Kaimana.
Doing his
Acting like
job.
acting like a guy.
Doing
who
his
he's-
9 to
he'll
5.
Get there.
He'll get there. Dude, my pants are so long. I should have gotten shorter pants. I can't have my trackers.
Oh, so is this Arena's son elf?
Yes. Aren't I cute?
He is. You know how you can
Hiding
tell it's a
my
glamour?
eye. Yeah?
Your tits move on plate armor.
Fucking my bad.
Look at it. It's just like, that's a glamour. It's like, how can you tell?
My
Does
tits
plate
are-
armor do that? Does plate armor bounce?
Don't leave them alone. They didn't do anything to you.
They
Leave them
look
alone.
sexy.
Leave them be. God, I love her as an elf. I lost all my
That would be-
personality too. I don't have any of the black markings or anything. I lost all my personality. Man.
Look at my rock that I
sins
stole.
are gone. Whore. Bitch.
It's mine now. No one can
No,
have it.
mine, yeah.
Meanwhile, me running into you. Hi, nice to. Oh, you hate me.
Actually, no, I don't. Okay, so
Oh.
I guess so. Let me explain so the biggest
Son of-
thing with like the Church
Oh.
of Purity and like the different church members, all of them have different, variables on how they see things as pure. Tiana is the one that doesn't like anything that's not human. So Tiana would hate you. Me, on the other hand, I judge people based on their magics and what I've seen, them do with their magics, and that's also based on previous experience. So
Oh.
you're fine. None of the magics you
Except
used.
if I bring out the
Yeah.
ice. Unless
That-
I bring out the ice.
That's no. Well, okay. The Frostburn.
questionable.
That's questionable.
That's,
strange beyond
What the fuck
beyond
is
what
that?
I know about magic, but not inherently bad. You
Hey guys.
demonic magic,
Yeah.
necromancy, yeah. Just
Did the necromancy.
demonic magic as well. Infernal magic, all of that bad. I don't like you. Same with vampires.
Ha. Yeah, and we brought fucking Orby.
So
I love that it's like also I'm psychic. It's like that doesn't factor into my opinion of you at all.
no, not at all. Isaiah's been told
Not
you are
at
an
all.
Isaiah's been told you are an empath, so he's like, that's actually going to be very useful with help with figuring this out. So, but literally, Isaiah's whole like I guess racist stigma is anybody that has really good magics, he's fine with. He's a bit when it comes to think creatures of the night. Like, so that's why he was kind of towards Orpheus, especially, even more so.
Lulu.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure. What am I gonna be getting
She
off of
uses.
them?
She uses dark, like literally darkness instead of light, but she's not inherently bad. Like she's technically fallen Asmar, but she's committed no sins.
Yeah, that's gonna. I don't know. He's gonna be very off-put by that.
She's paradoxal.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
Hey,
I don't know.
welcome to the.
I don't know.
She's dark magic, but not bad. She's done no evil. She's done no bad shades. Literally circumstance that fucked her over that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
unlike Tiana, who's shoot first, ask questions later, or ask questions a day later, Isaiah
Unless they're gonna
does.
look at this and be like, child.
Yeah. Isaiah does question, that before he makes any underlying decisions. So.
Okay, so once again, we have my office, and then we have the recreational center. So, do we want y'all to be able to sit down, or am I just gonna lord over you guys in my office?
I think sitting down, like a place we can sit down face to face, would probably be good.
So,
I don't think I'm coming with him, but I might show up and you might have to come get me.
Oh, great.
Hey bitch, it's me again.
I'm back in the
Miss
fucking
me?
building.
I'm back in the fucking building. climb? No. Never fucking works for me in this goddamn map.
Meet Everant, a world of stories and knowledge
go-go.
designed for you. Start your 30-day free trial today.
24/7. Shower fresh.
Oh, what music do I want?
Were you just following me?
Fuck, where did
No.
Juna go?
Maybe. No, I was.
Everything here, first off, you can't portal in here, so you have to actually come through the building. This is a very expensive building, especially with the whole company shit. Yeah. This is obviously... I don't know, do you actually... Did Amelia tell you she was CEO?
I don't know if she told
Before?
me that she was CEO. I think
Yeah.
she might have. When did they meet even? I know they met.
That
Was
was...
it during the...
That was like a good long while ago.
like a year? That was shortly...
And I think I was out doing like investigating stuff in one of the cities, and that's where I met you. And I was like, "Oh, I don't think I mentioned my job, but I found out you were an investigator. I'm like, hey, if I ever have like a need for that, I'll call you."
Fair enough.
So that's the case. Yeah. Welcome to a shard where some of the major fucking mega companies like Nishiyama resides.
But this isn't that one.
Yeah.
This isn't that one, but same. This shard is basically used as a home turf for a lot of the major companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're able to reach into other shards, as we've seen. We have expanse over a bunch of them, but when it comes to like main buildings and all that kind of stuff, that's predominantly in this shard. It's a higher tech one. There's fantasy creatures and there's magic, but it's mostly definitely more higher level of technology than anything. This is an expensive fucking building.
Yes.
Very expensive. Much wow.
Also durable.
Much wow, very wow.
Yeah, very durable. There's a mix of high technology and with your little elf brain, the amount of magics running through this place because I have... Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, your little elf
This
brain.
is a cool place.
There's a lot of magics running through. If you get closer look at certain like devices or like literal arrays in the walls, because I have a what the fuck do we call fucking Calypso? My magic expert.
Fallen Celestial.
You have to imagine the idea of just through the building, there is just this elf man just sometimes squatting next to walls and being like, "That's cool."
Yeah.
Careful.
Not
Slowly
as
makes his
unbelievable.
way.
People are gonna look at you
Not
and be like, "Are you one of the Zodiacs?" Because those are weird motherfuckers. You remind me of the division heads. I do have a division head that will just do that. They will go to a wall, stare at it, and be like, "That's neat," and then move on. I love seeing, Calypso huddled in a corner, writing microscopic level fucking runes because it's not warm enough. Thank you.
They would do that.
So yeah, it's a grand mix of
Genius.
technology magic. Also, outside, because this is a Final Fantasy whatever the fuck map. Yeah, there's that, but in the distance, there is massive fucking generators of power. You can feel that even from here, even though it's like a city away. We have massive power. Yeah, magic's included in that, but massive power generators for what we do here. But yeah, when you get to this floor, despite being the recreational center, is fucking empty.
No one's on break.
No, people are on break. They're just not allowed in here at the moment.
Oh, right.
I had
No,
an
I can
idea
do
where
that.
I would come in midway through and, I feel like, you would get a ping and then Izzy would look at that and Izzy would have to come and get me. And maybe we
If I-
fist fight each other in the
Izzy-
hallway.
Izzy would ignore that. I will just have Libra send you up. My AI.
Okay.
Because this building has an AI assistant.
True, I forgot Libra's AI. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yep. My building is my AI. We're inside Libra.
Oh.
Don't say that.
Hey, I've been inside many women.
I will say
but
that.
You have been inside a library, so.
I have been. Yeah.
I would hope you've been in a fucking library.
Oh yeah, plenty of times, let me tell you.
You gotta stop getting in other women.
You guys start from the beginning.
Yeah, go fuck off.
Go away. Nazca, you get his perspective. Should we be?
It's a good question. I'll leave that up to
A
you.
lot of libraries are women. Let me turn off these up here first.
God, we're so. Okay, will these actually turn off? Yes.
Yep. My uke block. Nope. Your stream will kill you.
It's okay, I got my own music playing.
Forget what's in these.
I think that was Judah.
Yeah, no. No, I'm still doing shit.
Okay.
I think this is technically
This will
supposed
be
to
a
be
cool room.
the simulation room, like from the game.
Oh, don't you fucking worry. I will use it as a simulation room.
Oh, sweet.
Where do I want to be? Well, obviously we have to sit at one with 4 fucking chairs. That's boring. I guess we're just gonna go with the try and true. Why'd they put the plants in the fucking middle?
I don't know.
That's a bitch and a half.
A little bit.
Yeah, no. My greatest folly, undecisive.
Indecisiveness. This works. Well,
Why do people not clean up their fucking trays? Why are you like this? The coffee shop. I don't know, thoughts?
I'm fine with whatever. We obviously just need a table with 4 chairs, so.
Well, technically we're not expecting a rated to show up.
That is true.
So we could just get one with 3 chairs.
Sorry, say that again?
You asshole.
We're not expecting you. So, where do we have one with 3 chairs?
I see one.
I don't
Oh,
know,
shit.
A lot of these up here. a
Yeah, a
of
lot of the
them.
ones up here. Yeah, we could definitely do one of the ones up here. Man, I love staring at the regular mirror. I don't know. I like the lighting.
Oh my fucking god,
Also-
just pick one!
Pick a fucking table. My god.
Yeah, this works.
Fucking lord.
Coffee. I'm indecisive, guys.
No shit.
What do you want
Fucking
from me?
hell.
I couldn't fucking tell. I really could not tell.
Anyway, get your ass over there so I can fucking watch their perspective later.
Okay.
Chew.
I'll lock myself in with Go-Go. There we go. You could say
Yeah, I
there's
can
some
do that.
notes.
Where's Eenie? Meanie? Is it you? No. Is it?
What? It didn't work!
Is it? Oh, I can't rotate either. Yeah, fuck that. I need to be able to spin.
This is fine. I've got a spinny chair so I can just...
It's fine. I have a couch.
True. Anyways. So yeah, I can just
Alright,
say
let me-
that there's
yeah,
some,
let me
like,
just- cards up.
some of the cliff notes we got here, so. I think we've got everything written down that we know at the moment, so it can help summarize what we need looked at.
Yeah.
I am going to actually make a phone call to that one individual I was telling you about to see if they can give me their perspective on what the hell happened last time. Because all I know is what I saw. So, whenever that gets brought up, I'll call them. You worked with this person before?
No,
No. Speaking of which.
but they are credible.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
You have an incredible building here.
Thank you.
Would you be mad if I took some of the runic arrays from your potted plants?
If you would like to copy down the sequence, feel free. I believe that Calypso will be... prideful? No. Grateful that you find art in their work.
Oh no, it's incredible. Runes for controlling soil composition? Like pH levels? I need it in my garden. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Right.
I believe that introductions are in order.
That they are.
Greetings.
Pleasure to meet you.
Name's
You can
Isaiah.
call me Shoma.
Nice to meet you, Shoma.
Same to you.
Isaiah, Shoma, Isaiah. He's also one of the people that stumbled across this case, and if you choose to take it on, he will be assisting you with it.
Fair enough.
Anyways.
Now then, a couple of days ago, I sent you that email and those pictures. You still have those?
Yeah.
Out of character, is it like 4 days from this point? 4?
Yeah.
4. Yeah, I thought so. Roughly 4 days ago, we went to... they're going to bring up the mall. Out of character. Hold on, let me... What the fuck is the name of the mall again? Fucking hell. No. Willamette? Yeah, fuck it, I don't care enough. Anyway. We went to Willamette Mall. It's located within that shard.
Okay.
A relatively low magic world. while there are still fantastical creatures, the magic level is really only at the point of household magic. The mana capacity of the residents there is not high. This is rather important in regards to this matter. While spending time shopping there, we came across a area that was under renovation. Inside one of the stores was those pictures you saw. From my presumption, the blood seemed roughly about 2 days old at the time. No bodies, no bits of clothing. The only thing there was blood.
Yeah.
That and magic, or remnants of it.
I happen to specialize with censoring magics and working with magics before, so I did a look over and I detected remnants of black magic under that resembled necromancy of some kind. A high concern, because that kind of magic should not be around a shard.
Doesn't match up.
Exactly.
And you think it was a Veil Walker?
Correct.
The current conclusion we've come to at the moment.
The issue is there was more to be found afterwards. Throughout the back area of the mall, the part under renovations, most stores were not even functional. I believe we saw 2. One a music store with CDs, but more importantly, there was one that had weapons inside. Now, the reason why we went shopping at this mall is, despite the fact it's in a relatively low-level magic world, Veil Walkers too tend to go there. It's easy to hide in plain sight. And with that being the case, there are those that do sell their wares there. But there is special enchantments on them, so only those who can see through the veil will be able to see the products. Inside this weapon shop, there was some magical equipment. The more concerning one was a sword we found. It was capable of draining mana from those who touched it, but more importantly, from what I've been informed of by Isaiah, and it has the ability to disconnect a soul from the body.
We've since taken that sword back here to be analyzed by one of their magic experts, and we're still waiting on that, but...
That kind of weapon should not be there either.
No.
Well, there was others that had basic enchantments, such as enhanced strength, durability, and what be it. And that was beyond expectation. Now, if it was simply just a matter of magic, that would be one thing. But there is a lot that doesn't exactly line up. Throughout the entirety that we had been there, not once did we see any form of mall security. With that crime scene having taken place 2 days presumptuously prior, there should have been some notice. From when we were there, just going to show pictures of different cameras around the mall. They're clearly active. The cameras were on, and we did go into an area that was off limits, and yet despite that, no security ever showed up. The mall is very busy. It's been busy for the past week. Yet no security. No officers showing up. No calls of concern. Nothing. And with the place being under renovations, you would expect there to be some kind of workers. Construction workers, managers, storefront owners checking in on the premises. There was nothing, and there has been nothing.
Besides the stores that had signs of activity, it had looked abandoned.
Which doesn't make sense, because there was recent activity not even a couple of days prior. Once again, I'm going to bring forth some holograms to bring them over. I believe it was recently in the past, what was it? Three months is when they decided to start renovations in that back area. And it was going strong for a while, and then I believe it was it 3 or 4 days prior? I believe it was 3 days prior is when a statement was released that that back area, specifically the area with the grocery store, was going to be off limits to the public because of staffing shortages and what be it. So until that point, there was a part of the back area that the public could go to. But 3 days before is when that was closed off. And this is an official notice from the mall itself.
3 days prior to, like, now, or 3 days prior to the murders happening?
3 days prior to when we arrived and looked for the information. So at this point, it would be a week.
Okay.
With that being the case, another thing we found was a grocery store in the back area. Now, recently, it was stocked. Checking in, all the produce was fresh. Which, if it was abandoned, that wouldn't be the case. Looking through the shipment charts, they had recently got a couple more pallets, roughly 4 days from when we had arrived there, a day before that statement was released. So it is either that statement closing off the area was released either before or after they stocked up the store with those pallets. It's either they spent the entire night stocking the store just to receive that announcement, or they received that announcement and still decide to bring all of the shipments off the pallets and put them in their rightful places. But still, with that being the case, of it being a grocery store and all the produce being fresh, you would think there would be anyone there, but there wasn't.
And this is where it leads to one of the final main concerns. He's just going to pick up a piece of paper and slide it over, which has some of the details of the chemical. I'll let you explain this one a bit more.
On those shipments, there was a pharmacy in the grocery store area. This pharmacy, I had one of my medical divisions there with us. Having a look into things, she noticed a chemical that should not be there, one that's not typically used for any form of medicine. It is a rather dangerous compound. Basically, it is harmless until it is mixed with
Hi, sorry, am I intruding? Yeah, let me pull up a chair. Gonna grab. Libra,
yeah, I'll get
let
to
me
that
in.
in a minute.
Hi? The
Hi.
compound.
Yes, I'll get to that in a moment, because that is a bit of a problem. Now, as I was saying, the compound that it reacts with is what most would dub forever chemicals. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay. Out of character. Let me pull up my page. Forever chemicals are known as polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, whatever you want to call it. And the issue is these are quite literally everywhere. It's commonly used in food packaging, non-stick cookware, waterproof clothing, cosmetics, electronics, fighting foam, paints, coatings, building materials, cleaning products. Even in some foods it's found, such as fruits. So when this chemical comes into contact with, we'll call it PFAS for now.
Yeah.
It creates a gas. This gas is heavier than air, so it tends to flow downwards, a bit like a fog. It is almost invisible to the naked eye. But if there's enough of concentrate, it's a little bit of a fog. Slight purple tinge. The smell of it is week old lilac. Not terrible, but the issue is the effects it has on the body. It causes heart palpitations, increase in stress and anxiety. It can lead to heart attacks, brain aneurysms, but the most important part is it sticks to the lungs. What this means is even if you leave the premises, getting just fresh air into your system is not enough. If enough of it gets into your lungs, it will clog them up, leading to suffocation.
Yeah.
Just gonna bring up some of the footage from the mall. Shows multiple different areas: the Wonder Park, the food court, the outside area. You'll notice something strange with how the people are acting. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of activity. There's, especially in the outside area, there's like balloons, there's popcorn, live entertainment. There's a lot of kids. Everyone's on the go. There's a lot of flushed faces. A lot of people are looking high energy. There's a almost frantic gleam to some people's eyes. You can see periodically, especially around the edges, there is people resting, people not looking great. You see over near the side of a building sitting down is two kids. One of them is supposedly unconscious, although you cannot be sure. The other one looks very close to passing out. You definitely notice signs of jittering, but also lack of air.
I saw a few out in... Sorry. I saw a few out in the open area in the middle of the mall. A few kids lying down, more stressed than other people, and then the back area too was also nearby the kids' park, which is lower down. Apologies again.
The fog, as I said, sits heavier than air, which means that kids with their less sturdy lungs and being lower tend to take the brunt of it. This gas seems to be all throughout the mall. It seems to be predominantly in the back area, in the food court, and in the kid playland area known as Wonder Park. But it can be smelled throughout the entirety of the place.
Building materials, fresh produce.
The next odd thing. Despite this having gone on for a couple of days at this point, I've been keeping an eye on any news or media outlets, and there's been not a word. If anything, the mall has only increased in popularity. There's been a lot of advertisements, so it might be at deals and celebrations. What with spring around the corner, people are getting out and doing things. But there's been no word of any sort of medical emergencies or what be it. For some reason, no one is noticing the problems. That and the lack of security, and yet all the cameras are on. No security, no sense of order, and yet things have been running not only well, but exceptionally. It does not add up.
I have a suspicion there might be something slightly magical embroidered into this gas, too. I guess hide or disguise what's going on or changing people's perception. It's something like that can be doable. Kind of like a glamour almost. And it's just subtle enough that it's not noticeable unless you really look for it. That's why I didn't sense it the first time.
So that's the case. A mix of both science and magic. We don't know who is doing this, why they're doing this, what the goal is. If the goal was simply to kill or to gain bodies or any of the such, at this point there would be many, many more deaths, and yet there has been no word of anything.
So something is clearly covering it. But whether that's magical or not, I don't know.
Now, before anything else, you are a private investigator, correct?
Yes.
That means you have client confidentiality.
Absolutely.
So why did she and a friend of hers show up to the crime scene, showing stolen pictures from your phone?
I'm sorry. I
What?
thought I could help with this. I didn't realize it was so bad until we, I guess, met the perpetrator. I don't know. I think it was
Isaiah.
Dory.
Place a series of runes in doorways, and what be it. How they work is beyond me, but they're basically like sensors. When people pass through them, he is alerted. From what I have gathered, he went to check on them to see if there's any tampering, because there has been no movement for the past couple of days, which does not make sense. He went to do that, and then them and their buddy of theirs showed up, and then proceeded to play hopscotch across them. They walked into the place of a crime scene. No gloves, no nothing. And that is why I'm asking, did you know about this?
No. I'm deeply sorry. That falls on me.
I don't need an apology. But if it turns out this crime scene is now missing clues or what be it because they decide to run amok, the
Then I'll figure it out.
responsibility's on their shoulders.
Perhaps, but I'll still figure it out.
Good. No.
Now that being said, there is some information that we did manage to figure out from that little visit. Like Amelia was saying, I placed magical runes on each of the entryways of the important points that we had discovered. They're like sensors. Anybody who passes through them, it will alert me, and I will also get a trace of their magical signature that I can memorize and track if I sense it. Now, nothing had gone through. But I checked with an individual who I'll actually bring up in a second because they actually provided some interesting insight. They have the ability to sense intention. She could feel the intention from the murder from a couple days ago. Anger, fear, satisfaction. But she also said she could detect intent much more recent, which is why it made no sense that I didn't detect anything, because if somebody had been there, they would have gone through my sensors, right? And while the sensors hadn't been
Possibly.
directly tampered with, I checked. There was a discovery that was made. There's a statue on top of a fountain nearby, a drained one, but a fountain regardless. It had a rune on it. A rune that I didn't recognize the language of. And actually, I'm pretty sure she took a picture of it, if you wouldn't mind showing.
I did. You're just gonna place it on the table.
I don't know the
Zoom in.
language. I've known and read a lot of runic languages.
Zoomed in on the dick. Yep.
I was trying to leave out that part.
By the way, actually, I'll inform about the language later. But I don't think either of you two know it. Although something about it does look a little bit familiar. That's all I'll say.
I don't know the language. It's something I've never seen before, and it looks slightly intricate.
There's... Now, something about the script seems...
Familiar?
I don't know. I'll have to cross-reference some books I have.
In this photo, it's not activated. It's activated by putting a specific amount of mana into it, which your significant other did.
What does it do?
It released more of the gas in quick succession. Luckily, myself, this other individual, and those two, we had some protections, so we didn't necessarily breathe it in, but it spread a bit more. It also seemed to have a secondary effect that was more passive, almost like an observance. Whatever it's observing, I can't tell, but perhaps maybe it could have been something that was used to go around my sensors. I can't tell. It's more of an assumption at that point. There was also another one on the other side, near the supermarket and the weapon shop. I took a picture of this one. Different, but the same language.
Kind of script.
I actually am not 100% certain of what this did when I put just the bit of mana into it. All I remember hearing is a click, and that was it. But unfortunately, before we could investigate further, our defenses against the gas started wearing thin, and we had to leave.
Right.
Now,
So there's a possibility that either something that went through has no magic, might be a construct, or just... I don't know. Or again, there might just, from the sound of that, there might just be a secret passageway or something in there.
perhaps. Thing with constructs is constructs need to have something fueling them, such as magic. Now, it could be a science type approach, which I wouldn't be able to detect, so that is an option. And then, of course,
I mean, what about the vents in the back of the like area that we were in with all the blood?
those doors
There were
hadn't
three.
been
I
touched.
mean, we went back there.
But did you get the vent?
I placed one
Buddies
on
had been
there.
dragged.
I placed one on another.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Maybe they
And they looked like they were
themselves.
locked
Okay.
and hadn't been touched since. Now, there is one more matter of concern that gives us probably the closest clue that we have so far to determining who the perpetrator was. We got separated from this other individual. Tari was her name, the one who can sense intent, for just a moment. And looking back, I'm feeling a little foolish for not noticing, but there were slight differences to her demeanor and body language. And as it turns out, it wasn't her. The real one we had found crouched beside a bin in one of the cleaned out stores, coughing, barely conscious, meaning whoever that was had the ability to mimic them. A shapeshifter of some kind. What I'm going to do now, if you don't mind, is call the individual, Tari, and ask for her witness account, because other than that split moment we took her eyes off of her, I'm not sure what happened to her. I want to see if she remembers anything. He's gonna grab his phone back from over here, and he's gonna dial Tari's number and put her on speaker.
Okay. Let me drink some water.
Yeah, go for it.
Get some water.
That's two different voices, I know.
Hello?
Hi, Tari, it's Isaiah. Before anything, I wanted to ask if you're feeling alright after everything.
Yeah, I can breathe now, so...
That's good.
I'm joined by a couple of people
is
here.
there-
We're discussing the events of what happened the other day as well as the case in general. I wanted to call and ask if you could describe, if at all, what happened to you when you got separated from myself and Arena that split second, when we found you next to that bin.
Well, I thought I heard something in the store, so I went in to check it out. I thought that Arena was right behind me, because I could feel her. And then, they grabbed the back of my throat and slammed my head into the wall, and everything sort of went, black from there.
So you're saying someone who you thought was Arena did this?
I mean, I didn't see them, but, well, intent-wise, it felt the exact same.
From my understanding, at least, Arena was close by me.
Yeah, I sort of figured that later. This isn't the first time I've dealt with people who can change forms and everything. But usually they can't replicate down to the emotions and feelings and the intent of a person. I don't think I've seen anyone do that before.
No.
No, that's...
That is new. Thing is, though, when you, quote-unquote, re-emerged, I was too focused on trying to check on my runes that I didn't notice it, but this individual's body language and demeanor, not at all like you. Subtly, but enough to tell.
If it helps, from the intent, I thought it was Reina, but when they grabbed me, their hands didn't feel like it. They felt bigger. They didn't have like same kind of nails she has. She obviously files those.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm glad somebody's paying attention. But jokingly, jokes aside and everything, I appreciate it, Tari. I'm sorry that it happened to you. I'm glad you're feeling better.
The worst thing that's happened, but yeah. Is there anything else you need clarification on?
Was there any other major intent that you had felt before you got attacked as you were going through that back area? Anything of importance that you might have sensed that we might have missed? It can be small.
Well,
so.
I told you about the statue having intent. The entire back area, not even just like the store with the blood, there's just a lot of lingering feelings. There's definitely a lot around there and throughout the different stores. When I went into the store, like I said, I thought I heard something, but intent-wise, I thought I felt I wouldn't call it just curiosity. Also, like, it's sort of like curiosity, but darker, maybe. It's hard to describe, but I think I felt something.
Like curiosity mixed with a bit of maliciousness.
Yeah.
Almost like intent to harm, or intent to do something malicious.
But a
Or
lack of
experimentation.
investment in it.
There was no intent to harm that I can identify, but there is definitely not good intent.
Not an intent to harm, but
Okay. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
You've been a big help. Thank you.
yeah, I appreciate
Of course.
what you've been able to bring us, and again, apologize for roping you into this. Hopefully, that should be the last of it. We're going to figure this out. Alright?
Okay, let me know if you need any more help. I'd be happy to.
Those relics that you made for us in that quick moment could be something more long-term, could help with dealing with the gas, if you could possibly do something with that.
I can see about producing more of those artifacts. It might take me some time, though.
Time frame?
How many do you need?
That's...
It's up to you. I'm the one I'm getting dragged onto this. If you believe anyone else could be of assistance, so you want to still include them, I'll defer to you. At the moment, I just know you and me.
actually, I might know a few people who we could bring along.
And that would be up to you, then.
Well, the person who I brought along before is also a necromancer, and then there's also... How do I even describe her?
You better not be trying to describe my character. I
She's-
swear to God, she's not supposed to be intentionally there.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's just leave it at Orpheus. So, Orpheus, not this, I don't think, knows much about the black magic involved, but is a necromancer nonetheless. Maybe we can help in this situation?
Last time you both tried to help, you played hopscotch across his sensors and muddled up his ability to find people. How can I trust you'll actually be competent?
You can't, but if you would like some help on the necromancy side, my help is there. I apologize that we were rude.
It is not me who needs an apology.
I apologize, Isaiah.
So is that like 3? Because Does a vampire need one?
Make it 4, just in case, if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know what other effects this gas could be having. If there's magic mixed
all
in,
right.
then
I'll do my best to get it done. When do you need it by?
As soon as possible. I don't mean to rush, but
When it comes to payment, I can do that. I'll consider it part of the expenses.
okay.
Okay, anything else?
I think that should be it for now. Just let me know when they're ready and I can go to pick them up.
Alright,
Thank you again, Tori.
of course.
Take care.
You as well. Bastards making me fucking have to talk to myself. God.
Your apology is accepted. Just so as long as you and your companion can take this matter more seriously next time. And despite the fact that we've probably run into the individual behind this and it shows that they are quite skilled, if there is an encounter, we will probably need help.
true. Plus, I may have a multitude of basic knowledge and sights of magics and its types, but I'm a lot less studied in necromancy, I'll admit. Though an expert will be helpful.
I feel like
At least for active and quickly responding.
I feel like the biggest thing is that we can cross-reference in terms of magical knowledge. We might need some notes from Katrina though regarding the chemical reactant though.
I'm pretty sure that Katrina is going with you all. I'm not sure though, so I'll have to touch base with her. But when it comes to the anything has to do with chemicals or what be it, her knowledge in that is unmatched.
Of course. Got to have someone along for that.
Finally. It took a couple of days, but we did manage to access the database of the security cameras, and we did find something rather strange. Much like this entire debacle, actually. Now, on the surface level, there is what you would expect from mall security. Pretty easy to hack into. All of the stores have their own basic security systems, but the security system for the mall does have access to most cameras, including the ones in the stores. There's multiple systems in place, but the mall one seems to be the major one, although those are predominantly placed within the hallways or service tunnels. The issue is that that's surface level. Looking through it, I had Libra, my AI. They found that there was a back door, back door, if you would. Going through, they found a much more in-depth system. Much higher security. They actually struggled a bit with accessing that system, which is rather new. But what we have been able to get from that is that this system is rather recently put in place. As in, when they started to do those renovations in the back area around 3 months or so ago. That's when this new system was implemented. Also, looking into the history of the mall and the finances, it recently gained much more support financially. There's already multiple companies that back the establishment, but another one seems to have gain them a quite large sum. Now, interestingly enough, we have not been able to figure out who it is. It's anonymous, supposedly so. Yet, ever since that, there's been multiple changes, such as, once again, the renovations in the back, the new security systems.
Security
I'm
systems
not sure
that
if it's-
failed.
Who's to say they failed?
That's about what
See,
I was
that's the
getting at.
problem. We don't know, but there is a possibility that this murder was not something so recent. Oh god, who joined the call? Oh, it's Jimmy. Perfect. That it's not been so recent. There's a possibility that this has been months in the making. But that's theoretical.
Orchestrated and planned.
So there's a couple of things we're wanting you to look into.
Right.
Obviously, focusing on the murder, but also this gas, the magic. This has to be some kind of fail walker. We don't know if it's a singular person, if it's multiple. What they're doing, why they're doing it. Will this become a bigger issue? There is that. And then to see if this has anything to do with the officials running the mall. Because like I said, I had a look at the shipment pallets, the sheets, where they basically get the shipments that come into the grocery store, specifically the pharmacy. Looking at it, the chemicals that were brought in were intentionally there. So it's either someone intentionally ordered those and it managed to get through those security checks, didn't order it, and then it was put on there anyway. But regardless, when the workers there were taking down the pallets, they still took it and put it in the correct place, which means people did handle it, people still saw it, and yet it was still there. Which means there's a possibility it's not just one, but multiple. We don't know if it's an outside force or if it's an inside force. And we're having issues checking, because we can't find any of these office workers, construction workers, managers, retailers.
Anyone who would have known has just vanished into thin air.
Mhm.
Or dead.
Or used by that. Or used for some kind of ritual, something like that.
And besides that, got some sort of
with all those
very
murders.
convincing doppelganger.
Even with all those murders, though, because obviously people have gone missing. But at any of the news or media outlets, there's not been a word, as I've said.
I guess if you get
No
too
one's
close,
noticed.
too far in.
I noticed something interesting about the photos you sent me.
Yes.
Well, I think it's clear some of the bodies have been, or well, whatever was bleeding was dragged along the ground. And
Yes.
at least 6, maybe 7 directions. The thing is, I can't tell if it went towards the center of the store, or if it was... It doesn't really add up.
The other thing
Because-
that... Well, in the photos, there's also another glaringly obvious problem. Do you see
Yeah.
it?
Believe so,
I'll give
but
you a
I'd like
hint.
to take a look.
It goes against safety violations.
Fire extinguisher. Or
It's
lack
not
thereof
just in the
one.
back rooms.
Yeah, it's in a lot. Even in the actual parts of the mall that are sectioned off. When I went to go talk with Tari near the movie theater, the fire extinguisher was gone from there as well.
Even under construction, they need to
Yeah.
abide by certain security measures, and that is one of them. And yet, even in the finished areas, there is none.
I don't want to theorize too much more until I can see the place myself. But I can't... Nah, it's just something to keep in mind. I can't tell where... Because this looks like too much blood for one person.
It's
Clearly.
assumed that there was more than
Unless-
one victim. But we
But I
can't
can't
be
tell
sure.
whether it was... I can't tell whether the bodies were dragged from all sides of the store to the center or the opposite.
There are signs of struggle with some of the wares in there.
Yeah.
Some of the tools, some of the boxes, things were knocked over. Almost they look like someone was
Only
trying
a
to
few
escape.
places and there's only a few places that don't have blood on the ground.
It's like you said, we probably won't be able to fully figure that out until you get a chance to look.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, one of the places that doesn't have blood is the front office part of the store, where you have the computers, the phones, where you would call for help. There's no sign of struggle or blood over there.
And that was actually where Tari sensed the recent intent. Meaning someone's been over there as of recent.
Could have accessed something over there. I would have to look at it again, but this might be a stupid idea, but the way that it was dragged around, let's say that, they weren't trying to escape through any part of it. Could be a rune, could be something to collect the souls from their bodies. Or something like that. I mean, if it is necromancy.
Yeah, that weapon is certainly something to consider as well.
Because, there was no blood on anything that was there. The sides, anything like that. They were just strewn across the floor.
If it was just for souls, then why is there no bodies, pieces of clothing, pieces of hair? When I say it's just blood, I do mean it's just blood. If
Yeah.
there is someone getting cut up, or anywhat be it, bits of flesh, pieces of clothing, or any of that. Hell, if they're in glasses, pieces of glass, but there's none of that.
Maybe they're using the bodies.
But even then, no footprints, no materials left over. And they wouldn't have been able to clean it up without smearing more of the blood sign. At this point, we just need to go take a look. Once those devices are ready.
Yeah, and, here. He's gonna slide his phone across and give my
Put his
number,
phone
and I'll
down.
let you guys know when they're ready and we can conduct a more thorough investigation. Let me actually ask you
Right.
something. Amelia informed me that you were an empath. How far do those abilities go when it comes to investigations?
There's... What your associate on the phone can do, I can do for the most part. I'm more distinguished at identifying different emotions, but intent is something that I'm still a bit iffy on. But there is a thing I can do, but I will not commit to it unless we don't have any other choice. But I can essentially, in places of great emotional energies, I can tap in and relive those emotions. I can experience the
Interesting.
memory.
I can see why you're hesitant too, though. Very
If we
well.
can figure it out without it, I'd like to.
Yeah. I'm not gonna force you to do something that gruesome.
So we have a statue with weird intent and runes. We have a mall that probably has some sort of secret passage or device inside of it. A doppelganger that can slip through magical detections and mimic people down to the letter.
And the gas.
gas and the blade. And then we have this very odd procedures done by the workers that apparently might not exist anymore. Okay. Well, now that we have a basis for that, is there anything else you need from me?
No.
Anything else you want me to
Is
keep
there
in
any
mind?
questions that you have for us? Anything I can clarify?
I'll contact him if I have any. I'm a bit emotionally thrown off at the moment, I'll admit.
Then later we'll talk about forms of payment.
Hopefully, as soon as I get my hands on the equipment that Tari is making for us, I will contact you guys and we will meet at the mall.
I'll see if I can cross-reference this script somewhere. I've seen it somewhere. I feel it.
If you figure something out,
Something
let me know.
similar. Yeah.
I can probably also cross-reference it with their magic expert as well.
I believe I will see myself out then if there's nothing else, and I'll get ready.
Very well.
Nice meeting you.
I apologize to the both of you again. It was my misunderstanding that I thought I could help. But,
I don't need apologies, I need results.
right.
Like I said before, you can make it up to me by taking the matter a bit more seriously next time we go.
Well, if that construction site is so close to the kids' area, and it's wide open at that, I'll take it very seriously at this point.
I'm already tired.
I feel the sentiment. I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult. I had to really hold my tongue. But I knew that there
I
was
know.
more important things to get across than just simply expressing my ire. As... Regardless of my feelings, though, when it does come to necromancy, I can recognize it, but I don't exactly know how it works because I've never used it or worked with it, so they both could probably be of some use to that.
The problem is that it's not just necromancy. It's black magic.
Mm.
I don't believe those two are practitioners of that. Necromancy is dark, don't get me wrong. But it's not black magic. It says something when even my magic expert, someone that craves any form of magical knowledge, refuses to touch it.
Seriously. Not that I blame them.
Light and dark magic are just elements. That's it. Black magic is evil.
Mm.
You have to do atrocities.
And clearly there has been far more than one. You know, there's something bothering me about what Tari said. They felt
Yes.
claws grab them, but described them not as arenas. something else.
They said the hands are different.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger.
While it doesn't narrow it down, it does bring a concern that potentially whatever this is isn't exactly fully humanoid in nature, but something, maybe some kind of creature. How a creature ended up getting into
Magic or science. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Even then, something technologically advanced or fantastical than what their people in the shard are used to, they'd have to disguise themselves to get in. Now that we know it can mimic, doesn't necessarily seem hard, but it's gonna make this thing a little bit more difficult, though. We're going to need to really keep an eye on each other and keep each other accountable just in case something like that does happen again. Perhaps a code word of some kind we all can remember.
That might be good to discuss with those who will be on the field. But something I did not get a chance to bring up. I talked about the cameras. I tried to look back at the previous footage, and while there is stuff from a while ago, any footage as of recent, or specifically pertaining a week before and after, or until now, I guess you could say, of the incident, it's all corrupted.
Great.
And when I say corrupted, I don't mean accidental corruption. I mean, it is quite clear that it is intentional. It is not recoverable, even through any recovering software. It's not capable.
Someone did
All
it on
likelihood.
purpose.
Yes. But there is a chance that they fed the footage into their own personal servers, albeit before so. Which means, if that's the case, they saw you frenzy.
Shit.
Be careful. Depending on how this investigation goes, I might have Calypso set up a anti-teleportation ward around the building. But since we don't exactly know how this will go, I will refrain for now.
Yeah, I mean, preferably. If there's a way to get out of there quickly, I might need a way to pull everyone out of there and bring them back here. Or somewhere safe. You know, that isn't something I actually thought about, but probably should have. Regardless of my appearance, I still roughly look the same. So,
As I've told you.
if this person is well versed and a Velwalker, then they likely perhaps may have heard of the church and myself. So
Right.
there's also a risk of that.
Well, that's the problem with Veilwalkers. You all tend to know each other, and if you don't know each other, you know of.
You know, that goes for you as well. If they saw me frenzy, they also probably saw you as well.
Correct. But I'm not the one on the field.
Even still, if this person has scientific knowledge, they might trace it back.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'm already wary.
Just make sure your defenses on the building and even at home are secure.
I'm aware. Alright. Let's go get some shit done. Scene.
Scene. Good shit.
Woo!
Yeah.
They
I'm sorry,
did not
Pookie.
exchange a single word as they walked
I'm sorry,
out.
Pookie, but I did say I will be telling him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
I think he's angry.
His eyes went red.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
I was like, wow, I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, I was wondering where you were going with you know, you didn't get a chance to bring it up, and then you mentioned why, and I'm like, yeah, I appreciate you not mentioning that.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, I meant to
he's
ask about the
angry.
footage, but yeah, he was angry.
Later, I'll have to get your confirmation because you never truly confirmed you'll take on this case. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'll ask him later.
Well, he said I'll get to work.
Yeah. I need to write up a contract for him and, you know, forms of payment and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess at some point we might, let me think.
Hey guys, it's me. Here to help. Go Battle Crocs.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're gonna show up and we're gonna be like, who the fuck are you?
I'm just gonna be like, Lulu!
You know them?
Shoma! I'm here to help.
And not blind!
I know! I finally got off because I, like, you know, managed to get to that part of the training. So I'm, like, able to do more stuff now. And also, I was like, whoa, why are all these strings connecting at this fucking mall? So I came to check. Here we are.
It's like, oh, that's real bad.
Oh, you met an unfortunate fate, haven't you?
Huh?
Oh shit, man, you too?
Oh, great. That's gonna fucking...
Geckoman.
Salamander.
Lizard.
It's like, this is Lulu, she sees things and speaks in prophecy and sometimes just racially profiles people.
You're white.
So are you.
Yeah, I'm albino.
I'm
So
becoming
technically,
more pink by the week.
you don't know. You don't know what race I am. I'm just albino. Did you know Asian people can be albino too?
Lulu might secretly be black.
Exactly, you don't know. How dare you, race?
Know me?
Listen. My racism is different.
Yeah, I know, it's towards darker creatures, but still, do you consider darker creatures people with darker skin tones? Because technically that's darker.
So how are you gonna feel about my girlfriend when she becomes an angel?
I need to know you.
How?
I need to know you better before that, but
Well, how are you gonna feel about, you gonna be racist to the angel?
Yeah, I'll be racist. I'll do it. I'll say slur.
No, you will be.
still can't get over like tweaking out. Just
Say a slur.
I'm gonna say a slur.
Well, once again, I'm excited for you guys to be doing your shit at the mall, getting ready and all that kind of stuff. And this small child walks in, is like, "Hey, Mom, I've been looking everywhere for you."
Just gonna look at you like you brought your child.
Sure, let's go with that.
Hi, I'm Lulu. I'm here to help.
I didn't bring her, she just came along.
You spew prophecies again?
Always.
Sick.
It's my job.
So you just here to check out the mall?
No, I'm here to go check out the, like, weird stuff going on. Because there's, like, we're at a crossroads.
Yeah, I figured that. I'm just glad it's not me this time.
You're part of it.
Oh, so yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll state this here. Like, you know, he's gonna be wearing his headphones. You know.
Absolutely.
And if he gets questioned, he's gonna be like,
You look like an autistic kid.
The fuck, both of you.
High five. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Shoma, that was a rather polite lizard man.
He was also racist to me. That's why the both of them went through that shit so many fucking times of his runes.
You should probably explain that to them. I mean, not saying that's
in
just
front of the employer. Fuck you.
No,
I feel like the thing is,
how she acted towards you is like a bit because honestly she might have done that unprovoked in the first place.
Yeah.
It's the whole, you know, stealing my things and not telling me and interfering with my work.
Yeah, that was the problem. The problem was, this is Shoma's literal fucking job that she put on the line.
yeah.
That's where the issue is. That was it's like, he's a private investigator. It's sort of like a doctor having client confidentiality, or like a lawyer, where they cannot even reveal that shit to their loved ones, to family, to any of that, if it's between them and their client. And so for you to gain access to that information and then use the information to go do shit, that's the big absolutely fucking not, because that puts his livelihood and his name on the line.
And it's not just his name, because, you know, Shoma, to be honest, in that facet, couldn't really give a shit. But what it does, it's like...
They fucked with the case.
But it's like,
people are
dying. Children are dying.
He gets it. He gets it. I like this guy.
See?
Listen, you're gonna understand real quick the good old Shoma tagline. If you see someone in trouble, you help. That's just how it is.
I like this guy.
I like him too. He has magic, and he, you know, I like it.
He has Eldritch. Sorry, wrong thing.
He's what? Don't tell him that. Don't mention you have any ties to. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that you have ties to the Eldritch, because that's gonna be like, hold the fuck up.
It's like, I'm not like... It's like, listen, I'm locked in an eternal battle with them, pretty much.
I locked in a eternal battle. Jester appears behind them. Hey, wanna play Connect 4?
Yes.
Can't say no.
It's like, that's different.
I love how, you know, Jester can get them into, like, has all these intricate games, and then sometimes when they just want to play a game, it'll just be like fucking Monopoly or something.
Like,
yeah.
Let's play checkers.
Let's play Uno.
Oh god. That's so bad. We should just have the characters... We should just have a set of characters play Uno one day and see how that devolves.
That's a terrible idea.
It's a great idea.
I told you I'm not allowed to play Uno.
+2. +2. +2.
My goal isn't to win, it's to keep the game going. We make that sheet go for however long I need it to go.
Yeah.
But I do gotta get off. I work in the morning and I have to eat dinner still.
I have to go to my date tonight, but this was fun.
That's why Demi's here.
Yes, he's waiting on me. Eat down, eat the wolf.
Work.
Yeah, I can't reach.
I should have Tari meet you as
I
well.
can reach.
Or I should have Taven meet Tari. That's the proper spelling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. There we go.
I should have Taven meet Tari.
It'll be
That'd be
okay.
fun.
They'll have a chat. They'll have
Yeah.
a fight. It'll
Bork
be
to
okay.
boof.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
Based
Go
on a lichen makes an actual lichen.
You're a werewolf.
Werewolf, yeah.
You're no lichen.
Gross.
Joe was actually really concerned about Tari. Because
Oh?
he was like, oh shit, someone else who gets it. That's not a comfortable
Yeah.
sort of thing to walk into.
No. That was rough.
No, yeah, it's like, he doesn't mention that part, but it's like, no, you think it feels nice walking into somewhere where you get the vibe of, oh, someone died here. A lot of people died here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's rough, buddy. Anyways.
And she's already prone to heart attacks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. I mean, I literally told fucking Tari when we were gonna go in, like, I'm gonna warn you now, what is behind there is not for the faint of heart. And she's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing I've seen.
Or have been through. Show's arm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, your sister did this.
You guys have a good.
Adios.
Boy. I'll see you guys later, too. Oh, God.
Why?
I haven't eaten today. I'm not hungry.
Go eat.
I thought your parents was making food.
For herself, not for me.
That's awful.
Okay, go make food.
She just put
Oh, hey, Zombie. I'm not sure when you joined, but, I'm actually about to head out. I started streaming 2 hours ago, and I am going to go to my date night. I mean, you can still watch the VOD, though. That is, an option. But I'm going to end up going, But, yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. And, you know, that's fair. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping by, though, man. Anyways, you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys later. I'm sorry. If you showed up 2 hours ago, you would have been fine. Anyways. Imagine having a date. Yeah. I'll see you in a minute, Demi. Bye. Have a good one, guys.